I know you've got other things on your mind, but it's important that we discuss your defense.
Why?
Because obstructing justice is a serious charge. It's not murder, too, certainly, but it can send you away just as easily.
Oh, Brett, if it wasn't this, it'd be something else.
We can beat it. I intend to emphasize your distracted state of mind. I don't think we'll have the slightest difficulty convincing the judge of that. You were terrified of losing everything you held dear. Your son, your husband, your job, the respect of the community. It was that fear that drove you to try and cover up what has been proven to have been an innocent act. Unfortunately, you didn't know that at the time.
I tried to frame Bobby Brock.
In your desperation, you tried to shift the blame for an act which you believed would destroy you. Under the circumstances, who can blame you?
The judge.
Not if I have anything to say about it. The other point we have to keep in mind here is that you did not follow through with the act. You confessed rather than see an innocent person go to jail.
Yes, after it became very clear that I couldn't get away with it.
You're being way too hard on yourself. If you'll just hear me out, I'm convinced we can construct a very sympathetic defense here.
Fine, whatever you say.
Ginny, will you please try to concentrate?
Why bother?
Look, it's your future on the line here. We have to plan out every detail of our strategy if we're going to get you off.
Why do we have to plan anything? You and I both know it doesn't make a bit of difference what we do. Now, why don't you face it? I've had it.
What do you say? You go to Brazil, I stay here and pound the beat. Between the two of us, we stave off the possibility of the ultimate disaster.
Whoa. Let's back up a minute here. You keep referring to Tony's assailant as though he was shot intentionally. I always thought it was an accident.
Well, we've had a new development.
What's that?
I got a report from forensics. Now, based on this information, I must conclude that Tony was deliberately shot.
Oh, I see. Any idea who it might have been?
No, or why? Holly and I have thrown several ideas around, but only one seems to make any sense.
What's that?
Tony had to be shot because of this treasure.
How would he know about that?
Peter could have told him.
Oh, it's highly unlikely, Robert.
Why?
Because there was no treasure to begin with.
As far as we know.
All right. For argument's sake, say there was. Now, I can't see Peter sharing this kind of a secret with a total stranger.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. However, what if Tony was told something that was a threat to this unknown assailant? Now, the guy could very well try again if he learns that Tony might pull through.
Was there any chance of Tony recovering?
Not much of one.
Oh, this whole thing is a disaster.
He's still in a deep coma.
Frisco's a basket case. I can't even imagine how Tanya is surviving this.
Yeah. All right, Robert, I'll tell you what. I'll go down to Brazil because there is not a thing I can do for Tony here. Of course, I can't guarantee I'll have any success down there either.
It's all right. I'll feel better knowing that you've just got matters in hand.
All right, I'll do the best I can, okay?
And listen, I'm very grateful, especially as I know this is going to be taking you away from personal business.
No problem. Knowing me, I'll probably touch base with a couple of pending deals I have down there anyway.
Okay. You, look out for yourself. I mean, as far as Peter's concerned. You know what happens when you corner a wounded animal.
Talking about wounded creatures for Felicia. And she still blames herself for everything. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'll keep in touch.
And is that all Frisco said?
His hanging up on me spoke volumes.
Well, now, try not to let it bother you.
Oh, honey, he wouldn't have done that to you if he wasn't so upset himself.
Why do I get the feeling nothing will ever be ordinary between us again?
No. You made a mistake. Now, it was a serious mistake, but you can't just dwell on it forever.
At the moment, I can't think of anything else.
Honey, hindsight wouldn't change a thing.
I know that.
Well, then you have to put it behind you and get on with your life.
You make it sound so simple.
I know it's easy to say and hard to do.
What it is impossible.
But it's the only way. You must just simply put all this behind you and then pick up your life where you left off.
Pick up the pieces, right?
Yes. Now, look, you have your education. It's very important that you go back to the university, and particularly since your oral exams were postponed.
It seems like a million years ago.
I don't have to tell you how critical it is that you pass.
Critical is Tony's condition, and I am responsible for it.
Look, my darling.
How can you talk about my studies at a time like this? This so-called education has ruined everything. And if it hadn't been for this damn Aztec studies, Tony would have never been shot. And Frisco and I, well, things probably would be the way they already were.
Felicia, don't do this to yourself.
I am through with school.
Oh, Ruby. What am I going to do with her?
I have no other choice.
You know how hard she's worked.
I've never known a better student than Felicia is.
I can't stand thinking about that. Can't anybody understand that?
I know you're troubled. Oh, my heart breaks for you, Felicia, for Tony and for Frisco.
Please, I just can't listen to this anymore.